so sick. So I haven't been filming very much these first few days of the trip, but I wanted to show you a good dinner to make if you're ever camping, if you have a stove. But I wanted to film dinner tonight because I'm making a stir fry, and it is just the best and easiest meal to make if you have a stove while you're camping, and it only uses one burner. So we have a 2-burner stove, but if you only have a 1-burner stove, this is like the easiest and best meal to make. I also just feel like I have so much to update you on. Like, it's crazy how much has changed since I last filmed. We're just gonna do some zucchini. We'll get that started while we chop up the other stuff. We just get this pre-marinated tofu. Cut it up into bite-sized pieces. Put that in to cook it with the zucchini. And then while those are cooking, I'll just cut up some cabbage that we'll put in just raw at the end. We'll add this ponzu sauce, and then we'll add our pre-cooked rice right into the pan. This says it's 4 servings, but we'll easily use the whole thing. And then just fry that in the pan for like 2 or 3 minutes till it's hot. Add a little more sauce. I don't think you need to add salt because the soy sauce is salty enough, but I do sometimes add black pepper. Fancy dinnerware. Add cabbage. And then Kewpie.
I need to get a little bit of everything. I think it's better than the first time we made it.
Really?
Yeah. The first time was good though, which means this is good.
I actually hate yogurt. You will never catch me eating it when I live at home, hence why I absolutely drown it in granola, so you can't taste it. This is also the reality of camping in the van. It gets very messy. We're gonna have a big tidy today, and these paper towels are from me peeing in the middle of the night, out the door, onto the floor. I don't know how people who live in their van like all the time do it, but I will tell you it's impossible to find parking near a public toilet every single night because most of them say no camping. So you're just finding random parking lots that don't have that sign up, and then you just gotta pee onto the ground. Update number 1 is that I'm officially moving back to America at the end of January after 5 years of living here, and it's absolutely terrifying and devastating and exciting, and I'm terrified. But getting more visas just became so hard, and I miss my family so much that the cons just started to outweigh the pros with staying here. Yeah, that's really all I can say. I'm gonna be moving in with my mom first. I'll be staying with my mom for a few months near LA, and then my sister in Denver for the foreseeable future at her beautiful, beautiful, beautiful new house that she designed and renovated. and I'm so excited to be able to show you that house. It's stunning. But in a way, I almost feel like I just got settled here. Like, it's been 5 years, but I feel like when you move somewhere where you don't know a soul and you have nothing set up, it takes so long to feel super settled. And I would say I felt settled after like a couple months, in the sense that like I wasn't freaking out. I didn't miss home. Like, I knew it was the right place to be. But it took me probably 1.5 to 2 years to end up with my like true friends that I still have now. I feel like that's kind of something a lot of people go through when they move, is they go through a ton of different friendship groups, and you're just kind of like trying different things for a really long time before you feel super settled and super like content and happy, and you feel like yourself 100% of the time. And I feel like that really started to happen probably 3-ish years ago. But then graduating uni, starting my job that I hated, starting another job that I hated, and then finally within the last like 6 months getting into a daily routine that I loved with my high ropes job. And my friendship group was like growing, and I loved everyone I was meeting and got close with more girls really quickly. And it's just like devastating to leave them and really terrifying to think of having to do that all over again. I wouldn't change a thing about moving here, but I think if I knew how long it was gonna take me to feel like completely settled into my life, I would have been really overwhelmed. Like, I feel like having the hindsight and knowing how long that process took is making it so much scarier to do it again. But at the same time, like, I just know it's the right decision, so I know any like hard times or like doubts that I have in the first few months or even year or whatever, I'm just gonna have to remind myself that like my truest self knows deep down that it's the right decision and the right time and everything. But it's just really scary and hard to rationalize the decision sometimes, because I love it here more than anyone will ever comprehend. It will always feel like my second home, and I hope to have a future where I can afford to come back here once in a while. I just never want it to be out of my life completely. It's like I've lived my entire adulthood here. It's all of who I am right now. Anyway, my second update, I don't know if you call it an update, my second talking point. Obviously, I haven't really posted on YouTube in a while. I was very consistent for a long time, once a week. That was my goal. So I feel like whenever you try something for the first time, you have to, or at least I feel this way, I have to try it like full on to really understand what it would be like. So I really wanted to make that commitment to doing one a week for a long time. I have always loved filming and editing video. I've done it from the time I was little. We had Final Cut Pro on our computer when I was like 8 years old, because my sister asked for it for Christmas, and then we learned how to use it together. We would make little movies. I've always just loved the process of filming and editing and like outlining and scripting and blah blah blah. Not that I script these, but. And I allowed myself to just make whatever I wanted to. I wasn't gonna box myself in with like fashion or beauty or vlogs or cooking or whatever. I was just like, I'll just do all of it and see what sticks. And I've loved it. But I've hit a point now where I think that I'm not really the kind of person that can just be like a lifestyle YouTuber, for lack of a better word. I feel like people who are really good at vlogging and just filming their life are people who could talk to a brick wall. I don't feel like I'm that kind of person. I feel like I can't just pick up the camera and film whenever and have it be something that's entertaining. That's not what motivates me either. It doesn't like motivate me to just show my daily life, because I have just noticed it puts so much pressure on me and makes me feel really bad about myself if I have a day that's not exciting at all, or a week that's not exciting at all. Like a week will go by where I haven't filmed and I'm like, fuck, I'm so boring. Like this is not gonna work. But most of all, I just feel like if I'm gonna keep trying this full force, which I really want to because there's so much of it that I love, I want to have more of a structure and purpose to each video. I still want it to be so me and so just about fun. Like I still want it to be really lighthearted and fun, but I want there to be more of a structure for myself. And I do kind of know how I'm gonna go about that. I'm starting to really know and feel confident about what my next phase is, and I'm really, really excited about it. And I don't know how much I'm gonna share right now because I haven't really started much of it yet. Whatever, I'm not telling you yet. You'll just have to wait. Is it good?
Wait until someone's playing.
Ah. I'm back home and I'm very gross and dirty, but I wanted to take the opportunity to show you how I was keeping myself looking semi-nice while living in the van, because we were gone for almost a month and I probably showered like a real shower 3 times. So I was very dirty, but I feel like I got in a good routine of still feeling like I looked kind of put together and clean. So I don't know, I just wanted to show you how I did that. So the good thing was that even though we weren't showering that much, we were swimming all the time and like rinsing in the beach showers and stuff. So my hair was wet a lot of the time, and I feel like it can look really gross and ratty once it dries and is like greasy, but then the bottom's dry, whatever. So I kind of just liked to keep it wet as much as I could when it was super dirty. So I'll wet it now to just show you how I kind of styled it once it was wet from the ocean or the beach shower. Okay, my hair is nice and wet and ratty, so now I'll just give it a brush. I also have a hair tip in general that I just discovered. I used to always, when my hair was wet, I would brush it back like this and then part it, which is fine. But I felt like brushing it back like this was kind of like, I don't know, it felt like it was pulling my hair a lot and could damage it and kind of just like make it tear. So I found instead of doing that, if you brush it forward instead, it feels way more like you're going with the grain of where your hair actually wants to go, and then you part it from there, just to avoid like tugging it super hard. So I just part it where I want it to be parted. And then I'll just brush it kind of behind my ears like this. And then I'll just kind of slick it down into a hair tie. And I know people say it's bad to slick your hair when it's wet, but like I'm not pulling it that hard, I'm not putting any product in it. Honestly, my hair was so dirty that if I slicked it back wet, it would kind of stay there even as it dried because it was gross. And now that it's in this little pony, I'll just take a claw clip and put that one in. My hair is like kind of long enough now that I can put it in a claw clip without tying it up first, but it still has some shorter bits. So I like to just tie it up first so that it's like put in place. And then I just fold the ponytail up, put this in. Clean girl vibes. The other tip I have for if you're like camping or traveling or whatever and you're trying to pack light, my non-negotiable I've realized is I still take all of my skincare products that I like. I feel like I've tried in the past to just like grab a drugstore face wash and like lotion and use it because I feel extra bringing all of my skincare. But it makes all the difference. It makes me feel so clean and put together and fresh. And I feel like it's literally the difference between me feeling disgusting and wanting to go home and me being like, I could literally camp for the rest of my life if I have these things that make me feel semi-clean. So I brought all of my skincare. The other thing I brought was just like my everyday gold jewelry pieces. And I would literally just keep these in the cup holder in the car. And every morning I would go for a swim, pop my hair back like this, and put on my jewelry for the day. Again, it like, I don't know, I feel like in the past, I would have been like, oh, is that weird to like bring jewelry and like heels and skincare and stuff when I'm literally camping? Like, but sometimes you just have to remind yourself that you can do whatever you want. Like, it sounds so obvious, but like, you don't have to cosplay being a camper granola girly when you're camping. Like, you can still be yourself, dress how you dressed like normally. And I don't know, I'm rambling, but I hope that makes sense. Be whoever you want. And then I would just do this little trick that I've shown you a couple times. Just put on some lip balm and then put it on my cheeks. And now you look cleaner than you did before. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the video here. I have no idea how much footage I have. I kind of just filmed sporadically, so hopefully it made a nice little vlog for you. And I did take kind of a long break from filming. I feel like I needed it, but I'm really excited now to get back into filming more. So subscribe if you want to. I really appreciate how many of you have decided to stick around. It will always feel a little weird having a really small channel and talking to a small number of people relative to the rest of YouTube. But when I think about 600 people in a room, I'm like, that's actually really cool. So if you've subscribed, I really do appreciate you. And I'll see you next week. Bye.